I'm gonna go over some even more bullish news. I know I'm on a bull rant, whatever. I have to talk about this. Okay, so everybody who talked about the death cross, okay? Historically, it's kind of determined how that we were gonna go lower after crossing the death cross, okay? So I'm gonna read something off of Rec Capital. So what he said is Bitcoin has crashed 55%, 65%, and 71% after a death cross in the past. If history were to repeat itself, this would have been a 55% crash when it reached $18,000. So that's why I said we could go potentially lower short term, but I think right now we are very close to a bottom, especially with all the bullish news that my last video presented with what's going on in the macro economy. There's going to be so much monetary inflation and Bitcoin thrives off that stuff. Okay, Robert Kiyosaki. Take what he says with a grain of salt sometimes, but he says some interesting stuff, okay? So he says inflation may lead to greater depression. Real estate is crashing. Foreclosures up 700% from last year. Layoffs starting, dominoes falling. Is your work or company vital to the economy? Are you necessary? So he's pretty much saying that he expects there to be a massive recession. I think that people's views on what a recession is kind of skewed. Some people say, oh, it's 2 or more quarters of negative growth, or some people say that, you know, back in 2020, 2021, when, you know, we were experiencing, the US experienced close to 35% unemployment and negative growth, that wasn't a recession? I don't get it. But you know what? The Fed is going to continue printing and printing and printing. Just as back in 2020, 2021, the US printed 86% of all US currency that has ever existed over those 2 years. So that just tells you where they're heading. And the more inflation that happens, the more it's going to be ramped up, and the more exponential growth inflation is going to experience. And that means Bitcoin is going to experience exponential price increases. All right, so let me go over to MicroStrategies right now. I'm going to end it with this. So MicroStrategies announced 480 Bitcoin purchased at about 20,817. Now its realized price is $30,664. So he's still underwater. And there's a reason why he's not selling. I think Michael Saylor is a pretty smart guy. I don't think he's going to get liquidated. And I think he realizes this is a really good price to get into, especially that it's under the 200 weekly moving average, which is around $22,400. Yeah, I think he's going to score on that, and the risk reward ratio is very much in anybody's favor that's buying around these prices. Anyways, that's all I have. Please like, subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.